Corporations. We all think we know what a corporation is. They are all around us. We buy from them, can work for them, and can even own them via shares. But what makes a corporation, well, a corporation? And why do they exist? First of all, think of a corporation as being able to act like a person. This person can own things and know other people things, can sue someone and can be sued by someone else. A corporation is an entity that can legally do all of these things too. The key to why corporations exist is due to something we call limited liability, which other forms of business, like a sole proprietorship, do not have. Let me run through an example to explain. Let's take Sally. So Sally has been building up her wealth for a number of years by working long hours in the city. Let's say Sally has £500,000 seemingly wrapped up in property, a further £300,000 in investments, and some other assets mean that her total net worth is around £1 million. However, Sally is also deeply unhappy with the long hours and stressful lifestyle, and so is considering a completely alternative role. So Sally decides to leave her job. It's approaching summer, and she decides to start her own business by running an ice cream van. She immediately buys the necessary van, inventory, food certificates and licenses, and this all comes to around £50,000. Sally also buys comprehensive insurance to cover what she hopes will be every eventuality. So takes out a £100,000 policy that costs her £2,000, as she believes it is very unlikely for anyone to sue her for more than £100,000. Now, Sally starts her business selling ice cream, and all's going well. However, one day, due to a faulty freezer issue, her ice cream makes a large group of children seriously ill. The parents club together and decide to sue Sally for a total of £500,000, with the court's ruling in favour of the parents due to Sally's negligence. In this situation, Sally knows she needs to get together £500,000. However, the insurance will only cover a maximum of £100,000, and so Sally decides she needs to sell her house to pay for it. As you can tell, this is a very bad outcome. However, it did not have to play out like this. Rather than do this, Sally should have started her own corporation, Sally's Ice Cream. This would be its own legal entity, and initially, money would have been transferred into it in order to buy the ice cream, inventories, and all the other necessary parts of the business. Remember, the corporation can act like a person and buy things, including the £100,000 insurance policy. So, the same situation plays out, with the freezer fault leading to some bad ice cream and lots of ill children, which leads to the parents suing for £500,000. However, Sally is no longer the owner of the ice cream van. The corporation, Sally's Ice Cream, is. Sally has 100% ownership of Sally's Ice Cream, but it is a separate legal entity. All the corporation can give is the assets of the corporation, as well as the insurer paying out. So, assets are £50,000, insurance pays out £100,000, so the corporation can pay a maximum of £150,000 and then declares bankruptcy, meaning that the corporation is worth nothing. Limited liability therefore means that the parents can only go after the corporation. Sally's house, car and investments outside of the corporation are safe. So to compare, Sally would have lost nearly half her net worth in the first situation, but only the value of the corporation in the second scenario, due to the limited liability of corporations.